Noah's Ark, the legendary vessel from the Great Flood, remains a historical mystery. Scientists, inspired by ancient texts, are investigating potential evidence of its existence. Join us as we reveal new archaeological findings that may validate the biblical story. Scientists share insights, raising questions about the Ark's historical accuracy. Could this discovery confirm one of history's most famous tales? Watch now to explore the link between science and the Bible. Noah's Ark story involves God instructing Noah to build a massive boat to save his family and pairs of animals from a catastrophic flood meant to cleanse the earth. Various narratives suggest the Ark's location, often focusing on Mount Ararat in eastern Turkey. Despite doubts about the Ark's wooden durability and Mount Ararat's volcanic activity, the search persists. Recent research at the Darupinar site near Mount Ararat shows evidence of human activity 3,000 to 5,000 years ago, aligning with the flood timeline in Genesis. The exact location of Noah's Ark remains unknown, with 5 prominent sites proposed, 4 near Mount Ararat and 1 far away. One notable site, popularized by Ron Wyatt, is an arc-shaped formation 15 miles from Mount Ararat. Despite numerous claims, conclusive evidence remains elusive, and the search continues with scientific exploration and analysis. In 1959, Army Captain İlhan Darupinar, on an aerial reconnaissance mission over the Turkish highlands for NATO, captured photos of a peculiar formation amidst the rugged terrain. Upon developing the film, he discovered what seemed to be the remnants of a large ship at 6,500 feet above sea level. The Darupinar site has since been considered a potential location for Noah's Ark, attracting attention from certain Christian geologists and archaeologists. However, many experts argue it is a natural geologic formation, similar to others in the region. Another significant site is the Ahura Gorge on Mount Ararat, linked to George Hagopian's 1908 claim of discovering a large ship there. Despite numerous expeditions and advanced techniques, no remains of the Ark have been found at the Ahura Gorge. The biblical story of Noah's Ark, found in the book of Genesis, follows the creation of the universe and humanity. Disheartened by mankind's wickedness, God decided to cleanse the earth with a catastrophic flood, sparing only Noah and his family. God instructed Noah to build an ark with specific dimensions and materials to preserve pairs of every animal species during the deluge. The floodwaters engulfed the earth for 40 days and nights, submerging the land. As the waters receded, the ark came to rest on Mount Ararat, in present-day Turkey, traditionally linked to Noah's Ark. Though definitive archaeological evidence is lacking, the ark symbolizes God's presence and covenant with his people. Crafted by Bezalel, the ark was a wooden chest overlaid with pure gold, housed in the holiest of holies in Jerusalem's temple, playing a central role in Israelite worship. It contained the stone tablets of the commandments, a pot of manna, and Aaron's budding rod, symbols of God's faithfulness. Only designated Levite priests could handle it, and severe consequences followed any mishandling, such as Uzzah's tragic attempt to stabilize it. The ark's mention ceases after King Josiah's temple restoration in 2 Chronicles 35-3, leaving its fate a mystery. Many theories about its disappearance exist, but concrete evidence is elusive. The prevailing belief is that it was lost during the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem in 586 BCE, though this is uncertain. The process of constructing Noah's Ark, as described in Genesis, remains mysterious. Modern replicas, like those by Answers in Genesis, serve as tangible reminders of biblical truths rather than functional vessels. Speculations about Noah's tools suggest he might have had access to advanced technology for his time, contrary to the primitive tools often imagined. Darupinar's aerial photograph near Mount Ararat reignites discussions among scholars about the Great Flood. Traditionally seen as a divine warning, the flood narrative also appears in the Torah and the Quran, adding complexity. If these images depict Noah's Ark, they could validate the biblical narrative as a historical event, leading researchers to explore the boat's existence and evidence of a massive flood. Exploration into the biblical flood account includes searching for evidence of a natural disaster like a flood. Notably, research indicates a significant flood near Durupınar in Turkey. The 1997 Black Sea deluge theory suggests a massive glacier collapse around 8,000 years ago caused the Mediterranean Sea to surge, flooding the region, including the Black Sea. This event, with water flow equivalent to 200 Niagara Falls, would have drastically affected the area, potentially leading to flood stories passed down through generations. In 1985, a 4,000-year-old clay tablet, found in the attic of a British Air Force veteran, hinted at unraveling the biblical flood mystery. Leonard Simmons, a former Royal Air Force officer, collected artifacts during his travels. After his death, his son Douglas discovered a cuneiform inscribed tablet among Simmons' collection and took it to Dr. Irving Finkel at the British Museum. Finkel found it described a devastating flood, linking it to the flood narratives like Noah's Ark and the Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh, composed 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, parallels the Noah's Ark story, raising questions about the transmission of flood stories across civilizations. Gilgamesh's narrative includes a cataclysmic flood and a character similar to Noah named Utnapishtim, who builds an ark to survive the deluge. Flood stories across cultures highlight humanity's resilience in adversity. Communities have historically united to overcome catastrophic floods, as seen from ancient Mesopotamia to modern disasters like the 2004 tsunami and Hurricane Katrina. While evidence of a biblical flood remains inconclusive, the persistence of flood narratives underscores the human instinct to survive and rebuild. The Hebrew Bible and Mesopotamian texts, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, contain flood tales, and geological evidence suggests a major flood in the Black Sea region 7,500 years ago. Determining the historical accuracy of these narratives is challenging due to their varied origins and oral traditions. Scholars differ on Noah's Ark's specific location, with the Book of Genesis citing the mountains of Ararat, spanning present-day Armenia, eastern Turkey, and Iran. Authenticating Noah's exact location is difficult without genuine ancient inscriptions. While some interpret the Bible literally, the story's metaphorical significance about judgment, redemption, and life's preservation remains powerful, transcending scientific evidence. What do you think of the archaeological evidence of Noah's Ark? Comment below and subscribe for more.